Hulk Hogan wasn't just a wrestler. He was a phenomenon, a symbol of power, charisma, and heart. Hulk Hogan was more than muscle and showmanship. He was the heartbeat of a generation that believed in heroes. Born as Terry Bollea in 1953, he grew up with a love for music, sports, and larger-than-life characters. But it was the wrestling ring where he found his true calling, a stage where he could become something more. When he stepped into the spotlight as Hulk Hogan, everything changed. In the 1980s, wrestling wasn't yet a global juggernaut. But then came Hulkamania, and the world took notice. With his red and yellow gear, iconic handlebar mustache, and explosive charisma, he turned pro wrestling into primetime entertainment. His message was simple but powerful. Train hard, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and believe in yourself. He became the face of the World Wrestling Federation, headlining sold-out arenas, crushing villains, and slamming giants. His battles weren't just matches, they were moments that made history. When he raised his hand and cupped his ear to the crowd, you could feel the electricity in the air. Everyone, from kids in living rooms to fans in packed stadiums, believed they were part of something special. But Hulk Hogan didn't just stop at wrestling. He became a pop culture icon. He starred in films, appeared on talk shows, and even had his own cartoon. He was the real-life superhero people looked up to, not just for his strength, but for his larger-than-life personality. As time passed, he continued to evolve. When he shocked fans by turning into a villain and joining a rebellious faction, he once again changed the course of wrestling history. He showed the world that reinvention wasn't betrayal, it was genius. Through every chapter of his career, he remained the center of attention, always commanding the spotlight, always leaving fans in awe. Beyond the ring and the fame, there was another side to him, a man who cared deeply about people. He gave his time to fans, supported charitable causes, and lifted the spirits of children battling illness. He wasn't just a star, he was a source of hope and joy for countless lives. His legacy is more than championships and catchphrases. It's about the millions who found courage in his words, who stood up to their own giants because they grew up watching him take on his. Hulk Hogan was more than a performer. He was a living legend, one who changed wrestling, entertainment, and pop culture forever. Now, as we remember his life, we celebrate everything he gave us, the unforgettable moments, the inspiration, and the feeling that no matter who you were, you could rise up and be a hero too. Hulk Hogan may have left us, but the roar of the crowd still echoes. The red and yellow still flies high. And Hulkamania? It lives on in every fan he ever inspired. Rest in power, Hulk Hogan. Thank you for the memories.